Hello everybody, Dr. Steve Sabo here today with my edition of my video blog. Today's question of the day is, how do you deal with people you've blown it with? What do I mean by that? Well, we've all started our businesses, MLMs, and you approach family, you approach friends, and you realize after the encounter that it just didn't go right. You didn't approach it correctly. And many times these people, they don't want to speak to you about this or frankly about anything again. And I would say if you want to approach these people again, there's three things you need to keep in mind. Number one, if you're going to call them again, you want to apologize. Number two, you want to be vulnerable. And number three, remember, don't pitch them in this conversation. And I'll tell you, I've made several of these calls and contacts before, and I followed the apologize and be vulnerable part, and then, listen, I pitched them in the next conversation, and it didn't go really well. It really didn't. What I would suggest is that there's a better way. And you might say something like this. You call the person again. You say, listen, John, I want to apologize and let you know how sorry I am. When I started my business, I was very new, and I frankly approached it all wrong. I realized it wasn't a good experience for either of us, and I want to apologize once again. I got to tell you, I still love my business, but I respect our friendship, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'd like to reconnect, and I'd like to get back together sometime. I would say this is probably a good approach, and how will people react? I think that depends on the person. Some people still might not take that well, others may. Don't pitch them again in this, with the simple exception is if they do ask you about your business, then it's probably okay to talk about that, or maybe you just say, listen, I don't think it's appropriate to talk about this now. Let's have coffee next week. We could talk about it at that time. But that would be just the exception to the rule. So just a very short blog today. If you have any questions, you can email me, drsteve@drstevesabo.com. Hope you got value here. If you did and you'd like to learn more about my system, go to drstevesaboleads.com. Again, that's drstevesaboleads.com. Have a great day, everybody.